Haemophiliacs from Wales have travelled to Westminster for historic debate after they were given contaminated blood. More than 4,500 patients were infected with HIV and hepatitis C. Mark Hanaby has been speaking to some of them.
Contaminated NHS blood products gave David Thomas of Penarth hepatitis C. As a result, aged 39 and with 2 young children, Mr. Thomas has advanced fibrosis, the condition preceding cirrhosis of the liver.
I think it's been referred to as the silent killer. People can live with this virus for 30 years, feel no ill effects, and then the next day feel pretty awful and find out that they need a liver transplant within the next year in order to prevent premature deaths.
Protesters want the UK government to accept liability for the infections and to give financial security and support to those affected. They say successive governments failed to act justly.
At the time, the government knew that there were risks with the blood products, and those risks were ignored. That's wrong, and that needs to be put right.
David Thomas's cousin Lee Sugar was one of over 1,500 people who are thought to have died as a result of contaminated blood since the 1970s. His mother and his widow made the journey to Westminster.
At the end of the day, our life in their hands, and it certainly was, and my son's life is gone.
An independent inquiry headed by Lord Archer concluded the infections were a horrific human tragedy. It recommended the government should substantially increase financial payments to sufferers.
I'm hoping that the government is going to do something, make some substantive announcements. Hopefully, I'm hoping they will do what we're asking for, which is implement the findings of the Archer inquiry, look after haemophiliacs who've been affected by this, and make sure that those families who've been impacted and the victims are properly recompensed.
It's too late for Lee Sugar, but others like his cousin must face illness with no prospect of life insurance to protect those dear to them. They want a terrible injustice to be addressed at last.